What's up, everybody? It's your boy Ragnar here, coming with you from Barrel Age Flicks. I want you guys to listen to this hot take episode.
Who's ready to fight aliens?
Oh, that's fucking great, the fucking pulse rifle. Oh, man, this is great. We are doing another hot take episode, and I got Gute here with me as we both... Actually, you saw this thing last Thursday at Alamo Ale House, or...
The Alamo Draft House.
Alamo Draft House,
Cinema.
that's right.
I saw this Friday and Thursday.
Yeah.
I saw it twice already.
I just saw it literally an hour ago. I just got back from the theater, so I always see my movies on Sundays, but Gute is being the cinema freak that he is. He likes to see things as soon as they fucking come out, so it's fucking great. But definitely
Just avoid spoilers, man. Like, I go out of my way to avoid anything being ruined for the movie, so I gotta see it Thursday night.
only one thing was ruined for me, and it was the ending. What not sort of, they just said that the ending is something remnants of other Alien movie, and I was just like, I don't want to hear anymore. But it was definitely interesting. I was very, very shocked. So if you're going to listen to this episode, guys, turn it off if you don't want to be spoiled. Turn it off. I'm just telling you, turn it off, because we're going to talk about everything in the movie and everything else. But I do suggest you go see it. It is worth a cinema release or sitting in a theater to watch this. But,
yes, the graphics, the sound, it puts you in that feel, feel of it, like what the characters are going through. So it's phenomenal. The special effects, that's the biggest one. Fida Alvarez did his hardest. Like, he made sure everything was special effects the best he could. He did an amazing job with that.
It's all and basically it's CGI, but a lot of practical effects, like the face huggers, the xenomorph, the interesting ending, and everything else. And also a lot of reminiscence to the original movie, because this is supposed to take place between Alien and Aliens. So I think it's
Correct.
like 10 years after Alien, and then 10 or 16 years before Aliens. So
20 years after Alien,
20 years
37
after
years, 37 years after before Aliens.
Yeah. So you did your research better on that for that. I remember it was years and everything else. Basically, Ripley's still out out in space floating, basically,
Pretty
while
much.
this is happening.
100%.
But this movie was, from the beginning, seeing the wreckage of the Nostromo made my heart pump. I was just like, this is starting off pretty good.
They hit it, nostalgia. I mean, they got you in. I'm happy they didn't show that in the trailer. That's one thing I want to talk about first. Like, the trailers, I was so scared they showed too much during the trailers.
Well, they normally do nowadays.
I know. So, like, I was so happy they showed just the amount of action to get you sucked in to say, oh my God, this is a movie. This is it.
Yeah.
They brought Alien back.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with that. They didn't show too much of the trailer. It was just enough.
The trailer, there was like scenes in the trailer that really got me pumped, especially seeing all the facehuggers, because I love facehuggers, and I've always loved just seeing that whole door open and all those facehuggers coming out and crawling all over the place like spiders. Fucking amazing. But also that scene where I think the Asian chick with the shaved head, where she does that like little X-ray gun or something like that. You could see the chest burster. Yeah, the chest burster coming out of the chest and her foaming at the mouth. I was like, yes, this is it. This is what I wanted to see.
So it's perfect because, as I'm sure we're going to get to this to a true extent, this movie, it really does pull on the nostalgia factor.
Oh, yeah.
It pulls so many references from the other Alien movies. Like, for this one, you said that the facehuggers, aliens,
Mm-hmm.
they have them. You see them frozen or not. They're frozen.
Mm-hmm.
In this version, you don't really know if they're frozen or not. So you see more of them, the company studying them.
Yeah.
Which is fantastic.
Well, the thing is what I noticed that this movie brought a lot of, other than Alien, it actually went a callback to Alien Covenant and also Prometheus, which, in my opinion, I don't know what your opinion is. I don't mind Prometheus. I think it's a good science, like a scientific movie. And the engineers and stuff like that, the space jockey, giving the whole explanation about the space jockey and everything. It was an interesting take. It was something that really Scott wanted to do different to kind of distance himself from Alien, but a lot of fans didn't care for it. So then Alien Covenant went straight back to the Alien, but it was like a different take where David was kind of like the designer of the Alien.
Architect.
The architect, basically becoming his own engineer of that black goo and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which was...
So, yeah.
Go ahead.
I love Prometheus. I had no issue with it. I'm one of the few that when people say they don't like it, I'm like, F you, like, let's talk about it. And like, I can change their mind so fast.
No, I agree with you.
About that movie. So like, it's like with that movie, it fits in the themes of it, because you do kind of see him, the architect, in Alien.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives you more of a backstory, which I don't see what the problem is. I mean, they had that, then at the end they do have an alien in there, so it's just I don't know what people want.
Well, this one definitely is. It's callbacks to most of the movies, but Alien Resurrection was a little bit of a familiar feeling with the end of this movie, which we'll get to, I guess, when we talk about the ending. But it didn't bother me. Like, as soon as I saw the black goo, and I already noticed because David was the one that brought all those face huggers back. He had those little tiny face huggers in Alien Covenant, and they never got to finish that story, which I was pissed off at because I remember I really wanted Ridley Scott to finish the trilogy. In a way, this kind of fixes it in a way because we never got to see that third movie that was supposed to be a prequel to Alien. But this kind of, with a little bit of storytelling, it explained what you didn't get to see. You know what I mean?
Oh, it does. Yeah. It fits in the legacy of the mythology of aliens, the whole movie stuff like we've seen on record. Because in Aliens, you see that the company they're expanding, and like their commercials and all the propaganda about how everything's so good and they're expanding.
Right.
So now this movie sets the perfect narrative set where they're on a colony. And you can kind of see what's going on, like how they're all slaves there, like where Rain tries to get out. She starts her time and they double it. And it's like, she's screwed.
Yeah. And
so I thought they did a really good job with that.
And Weyland-Yutani still is the villain. Like we've always said in a lot of Alien reviews, when I did my Alien Redux and everything else, Weyland-Yutani is more of the villain than the alien. The alien's just an animal with instinct and stuff like that. But Weyland-Yutani, it shows, especially with, which is another character I was not thinking was going to come back, and I'm glad I was not spoiled about it, was Ash, which was really cool to see basically like another version of Ash. The CGI was a little rough in the beginning on his face, where it felt like his face was smaller than his head. I don't. Yeah. Did you notice that?
I did. It took a second because like it was like the wow factor, like, oh my God, he's back.
Yeah.
Then like you're really looking, you're like, what's wrong with him?
It's like a CGI. It's like they CGI'd a smaller face. It reminded me of Dick Tracy with the big face and the small face. You know what I'm talking about?
Exactly.
So go ahead.
Yeah. So after about 2 to 3 minutes, you got used to his face.
Yeah. It kind of reminds me of I saw the Hobbit movies, the trilogy before the Lord of the Rings, and they had it in that 4K quality. I remember you watched it. It was like, this is fucking weird. The way it looks, everything's moving so fast, but then your eyes get used to it. It's kind of a different way, but in this one, it was the same thing. Like it started off bad, but then it got better, and then it was like, oh, okay, it got better. Because in the beginning, I was like, well, his face don't look right, but I see Ash, but it doesn't look right. And then it.
You mean Rook? Rook?
Well, Rook. Rook is the other Ash, right?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, I mean it's the other version of Ash, but it's the same. Like the line of Ashes, that type of android synthetics, which I actually enjoyed. The other synthetic, what was the name of the other synthetic? The one that was kind of like a childish character in the beginning because he was like damaged or something like that.
Yeah, he was whatever her dad did to try to repurpose him to protect Rain.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Yeah, I was going to type some stuff out, some details, but I thought we would just wing it and stuff like that. But I knew that some of the names I'd have to go by. And
Andy.
Yeah, Andy. That's it. And that's right. And the thing is that I remember rumors in the past when this movie was getting made. When I saw that the director that was doing this, he did the Evil Dead remake, I was like, oh, this is going to be an interesting take on it. And he also, I think he did the Don't Breathe movies, which I've never seen.
Don't Breathe.
Are they good?
The first one, 2013. The first one was really good. It was a different kind of story. It says place in Detroit.
Yeah.
You know, it took advantage of that scenery. So it was very good. I was kind of scared because a lot of people don't like the Evil Dead. Me kind of incorporate both these movies into this movie where it's a young kids. Mm-hmm. They get out and they're trapped in a situation, and if they fight their way, they get out of it.
Yeah. And I remember seeing that also where they said that this was going to be more of teenagers, almost like a Scream type of thing. I was just like, really? I don't want that, but it worked. It was fine. They were younger adults, like probably mid-20s, early 30s, probably mid-20s or something like that, and it worked. But I was worried that it was going to be like really like teenager, but it was just younger adult. So it didn't bother me all that much. I guess it's going more for the modern way where a lot of teenagers in horror movies and stuff like that. But it didn't bother me. I actually enjoyed all the characters. Every single character was good for the role that they did, and I enjoyed Andy. Did you like Andy?
I did. Yeah, he played his role. Like he was one way. Then you put the chip in his brain, and like he was a perfect robot. He fit his role.
which is crazy because when you get all the synthetics, every Alien movie has a synthetic. I've always liked Michael Fassbender as David, and I think Carl was the second one in Alien Covenant or something. I'm trying to remember. I remember there was another one that David took over, and I'm a huge. You got Ash, then you got Bishop, and then you got Winona Ryder in Alien Resurrection. Alien 3 didn't really have a synthetic, actually. I think. It did. It had Bishop. It had Bishop for like 5 minutes as torn up, being a torso. But other than that, a synthetic has been in every single Alien movie, and it was very interesting take of what they did with this one. With this one being almost like a childish, like not knowing that much, but protecting the friend and everything. What's her name?
Yeah, he had faults. Like he had different like vulnerabilities. So
but overall, I mean, this movie, the nostalgia that was in it. Like you said in the beginning, was just fucking wonderful, especially seeing the Nostromo, seeing the pulse rifle. When the pulse rifle was brought out, and then I heard Colonial Marines in the dialogue, I was just like, I just clapped my hands like, there you go. A nice callback to my favorite movie of all time, Aliens. So, and then you also had the black goo, which was like callback over to Prometheus, and you heard the Prometheus in the background of the dialogue. And then it's just... You see all those callbacks to Alien, and plus just the world, the gravity, the atmosphere, the hallways in the ship. The Mother, the voice of Mother, was exactly like the other movies, which it worked out perfectly. It fits in perfectly between Alien and Aliens. It isn't different like Alien Covenant and Prometheus, where the computer graphics are like so upgraded and up to date. That's the one problem I have with those two movies, is that it looks like it's actually more futuristic and not the past. You know what I mean? And it looks like it gets downgraded as they go in the future. But this one actually collided perfectly within those two movies. So
yeah, Fede Alvarez did an amazing job studying everything. Is doing so much homework between Aliens, and Prometheus and Covenant. Just to study the atmosphere, the scenes. He went back to the special effects team. Rest in peace, Stan Winston. But he went back to them just to get the feel and have them, most of them, work on this sets, build the sets, and like just to get that feel down, so you can feel like you're back in.
Yeah, and the gore effects were good. I was expecting a lot more violent. It was a violent movie, but I was expecting a little bit more. But it still worked, and it also the great thing about Alien is it doesn't show the alien all that much, because you get a lot more scares through the imagination of what's coming to get you and stuff like that.
It's a slow burn, yes.
Yeah, this one was a slightly slow burn, but there was also the scenes where you see the alien full, and especially the practical effects on the alien himself just looked amazing. Especially that one shot where you see him at the end of the hallway just standing up. It gave me goosebumps. I was like, that looks fucking beautiful. I enjoyed every minute of that. And also, go ahead.
No, I enjoy a good movie, when you can have something in the dark and you can actually see what's happening.
Yes.
Because a lot of garbage movies will have something in the dark, you have no idea. You can't see the detail or nothing about the scenes. I was like, screw this.
Yeah.
No, they did a good job with that. I was happy as well.
Also, the face huggers, when they're walking in there, trying to keep it like the temperature difference, you just see face huggers like on barrels and stuff like that, just moving around. You could tell that's practical. And it gave me so much joy to see that, because it wasn't CGI. Because I think Alien Covenant was mostly CGI. It wasn't really practical all that much. It was a very CGI alien. Yes, there's aliens in here that are CGI, but there's also practical. So when they mix CGI and practical, I'm happy with. And they did a very good job. Like, you see that scene when... This was a fucking beautiful scene when she starts shooting all of them with the pulse rifle, and in zero gravity, and just seeing all the acid going all over the place. What did you think of that scene?
It was well done. It kind of helps you like digest the scene. Like, it balances out so well. So you have Rain doing her badass part. She does her badass part, and then she just floating through it, and then he like masterfully like shoots the gun to go down instead of that huge pile hitting her, and then it was well done. It left the audience to catch their breath and be like, wow, what the hell's gonna happen next?
Yeah, because you're wondering with that acid, when it drops down on the ground, that it's going to cause a hole in the ship, and then all the fucking air is going to blow out and everything else. But the way that she did it, it was fucking great, man. I also that one scene where the alien kind of saved her, but was trying to get her. I was trying to figure out what was going on. Scene. There was something in his head where there was like sparks in his head. What was that? Did you get that part?
I figured it was an Aliens reference. Like it's like a the part with Ripley like calls her bluff as she has Newt with her as she's about to try to get out, and she has a flamethrower. So I don't, as she's falling, I guess that's up to the user's audience's interpretation. But like, yeah, it catches her and it's like it wanted to give you that scene with like Ripley and Rain like getting that face hugger right to your face, or the alien right to your face. So I think that was the only reason for it.
And that was a reference also for Alien 3, where it's got that scene where Ripley, where you said it is closer to the face and everything. It's exact ripoff off of that, which I love because I don't know what your opinion is. I don't mind Alien 3. I don't think it's a great movie, but I don't think it's a bad movie. I actually do enjoy it because I thought David Fincher did really well with the visuals, and I enjoyed the story. Yes, they killed off characters I loved, but it was a good closing for Ripley, and then they reopened it back up with Alien Resurrection. But it's a very darker movie, and on the prison planet with no weapons. And you're dealing with one alien, so they're trying to go back to the original alien by having just one and not multiple. So I don't mind Alien 3. I don't mind Alien Resurrection to a point. I want to ask you your opinion about this. I can watch Alien Resurrection all the way through to the last 10 minutes and I can turn it off. That's how much I like it. I like it to that point, but when it gets to that fucking humanoid hybrid of the alien, I get a little like, this sucks. I don't like this part. I like it when it's just like when they're going through the station. Ron Perlman's fucking great at that movie and all that, and then I can turn it off at the last 10 minutes and forget about the rest. This movie did the same thing in a way. So, what is your opinion on Alien Resurrection?
I don't mind it at all. Like, it's funny. Like, was it yesterday evening? I did a marathon.
Yeah,
I started from Aliens because I was lucky enough to see Alien in theaters about 2 months ago when they re-released it in theaters. Mm-hmm. So I saw Alien, and I started from Aliens and started watching Aliens. I watched Aliens Covenant, Resurrection, and Aliens 3. But I didn't mind it at all. Like I was looking for what they pulled references wise, like taking notes, and it's just like, wow, they really did hit you with the nostalgia and try to like get the audience back into this because they have so many years to catch up. They want to catch up to Alien, so there's more to the story to this. Yeah,
the thing about Alien Resurrection and this, do you think that Alien Resurrection and this have sort of a similar ending?
Sort of. I look at it as like they try to end it the same way, like for Alien and Aliens, like with her drifting space.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. This is the trend I see in a lot of movies: is tall, gangly, long creatures, basically with long forearms and hands, and then everything else, tall and gangly, and that's what this thing. But it also looked like a fucking engineer for Prometheus.
It did.
That's the thing. I don't know if that was a callback to Prometheus or Alien Covenant. Because that's what it looked like. It was a whiter person, very scrawny, but it was a little deformed. You can tell that it had like scoliosis in the back or something like that because it seriously looked all twisted and everything. But it was tall, long, and gangly. It was a better take than what I thought the one in Alien Resurrection looked like because I couldn't stand the way that thing looked. This one looked more humanoid with a fucking alien tail, and it had like the little thing that they have in their mouth, but it's like small, but it was interesting, and I guess they were trying to go more for the creepy factor because that's what Alvarez is really known for doing.
The Evil Dead factor, yeah.
Yeah, to keep it very creepy, and I could see where they were doing that. So I almost feel like he was going for like 70% of the movie is nostalgia into the Alien movies, and then the last like 15, 20 minutes is more of his his take on it. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah. So
he wanted his footprint on it because he did an amazing job, as I said, like just combining everything, putting the story together. Mm-hmm. So the finish, he did a great job putting his footprint on it.
Yeah, I was very skeptical. Like when it started coming to that scene, I saw that she was birthing from that chick. I was just like, uh-oh, is this going what I think it is? And then that was the one spoiler I heard about where it's like similar to Alien Resurrection. And then I watched it, I was like, no, they're not going this route. Are they really going this route? Okay, they're going this route. And then you see the thing born, and the thing fucking grew in like 5 minutes or something like that. I mean, the thing was fast, and it was like in a womb of like acid or something like that, which was interesting. So it was laying in acid, but it was a definitely weird take. And at one point, I thought that the fucking creature was gonna fucking be breastfed by the chick.
That's what I thought he was doing before it like sucked her in the way he did that. I'm like, what's gonna happen here?
Yeah, because she goes down onto her breast and pulls like some goo. I was like, is that like alien milk or something like that? Because then when he goes closer, I was like, are we going to be seeing a xenomorph like breastfeeding scene? And it didn't turn out to that. It looked like she was starting to eat her or something like that at the end. So
like sucked her in.
Yeah,
like,
so
absorbed her.
Yeah, I definitely need to. I'm looking forward to like I almost want to see this in the theater again, but I'll wait till it comes out in digital. Are you gonna go see this again? Because I know you like to see movies again. Oh, you're not?
I've already seen it twice. I'm good till it comes out on like 4K.
God damn, you saw it twice already?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, man, you're dedicated. I wish I could do things like that, seriously. But I will buy this because I know this is gonna be another thing where you will see more stuff watching it over and over again with the nostalgia factor and everything else. So.
People bring up Aliens 3. I'm so happy there's no studio interference because with Disney, having their first princess back,
Yeah.
I'm so happy there's no. I didn't hear anything about like they give him and like his other writers, full control. So they're like, please save this franchise. And I think he did.
I think so.
I know there's negative and positive outlooks on this, but I think he did a good job bringing it back to the main culture today. And like, I think there's a revival factor there.
Now, do you think this could do you think they can make a sequel to this that could still launch into Aliens? Because what I'm thinking is they could do something where it launches into what happens at Hadley's Hope for Aliens.
Yeah.
Which I've always wanted to see, but there's also a audiobook, which I'm a huge fan of called River of Pain. I actually talked about it in our first ever episode on Barrel Age Flicks. And it's an amazing like prequel story about Hadley's Hope, where it tells all the, there was Marines there and everything else, and that they had a whole attack and aliens. But I would like to see a movie version, and this movie can lead into that. If they go on that take, I'll be extremely satisfied. I would love to see that because you always wonder, how did that happen? What happened here? That's why I love the audiobook. It's really not even an audiobook. It's like a radio play. It's like listening to a movie. It's like 6 hours long too. It's got some bad acting, but it's good. The one that plays Newt's brother or whatever like that is god awful.
Luke, I think.
Yeah, it's something like that. But I've listened to all three of those audiobooks because there's also one that happens where Ripley actually she gets woken up and then she gets put back to sleep, but she has like a whole new adventure and they gets put back in cryo sleep, and then it goes into Aliens. And Ash is actually a character in that one too. It's actually worth it. It actually has his voice.
Wow.
No, actually, it's Rutger Hauer. Rutger Hauer plays the voice, I think. I remember there was a lot of things. There's also an Alien 3 audiobook where they tried to redo the script that was original before Alien 3 was out. So they kind of did a newer version of the original script before they did Alien 3. And it has Lance Henriksen and it also has Michael Biehn doing voices. And it's actually worth a listen. It's like only 2 hours long. It's like basically listening to a movie again. But I would love to see a new take on this. What do you think? Do you think that would be a good sequel for like a sequel to Hadley's Hope?
I would I would be excited to see like a Marine type of movie where it was like an all-out war. If they took it like that aspect of like a war movie, they had Marines versus these, like they find a hive of xenomorphs.
Right.
I think that would be extraordinary. Introduce new weapons, like have some of the old ones, but bring some of the new ones. I mean, that would do massive for toys and all that stuff like that, deals wise.
Well, I get a hard on whenever I hear the pulse rifle. I fucking love that sound. I love and the fact that you got that fucking Nerf gun. I'm so fucking envious of that because that thing is fucking beautiful. Show that thing again to everybody. You got that for your birthday gift like last year, didn't you? Your wife got it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking love that. That is bad.
Let's get the grenade going too. Got it locked.
Yeah.
Special noise.
Oh fuck yeah! Does it have even the little digital thing for the number of ammo in the back?
Yeah, I shot 6.
You need to bring that over so I can just look at it and get a picture of it. Seriously, I think it's fucking beautiful. I'm sure you got that. I'm sure you love that thing. I've always wanted to get one of those busts of the alien queen coming out of the wall. I've seen that online, and I've always wanted to get one of those. I'm a 100% big. I'm sure everybody knows because Aliens is my number one favorite movie. That's why when a new Alien movie is coming out, I've seen Prometheus, Alien Covenant, Prometheus, Alien Covenant, and this one in the movie theaters. I've never seen Aliens or Alien and Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection. I know you have. You've seen it on the big screen because you were lucky fuck. But
all but Aliens. I missed that one. That was almost 8 years ago. I missed that in theaters.
If that ever gets released again, I swear to God, just call me and give me like a 2-month notice, and I'll take a fucking day off and go see it with you in the theater because I want to see that in the fucking theater. I wish
I could get a 2-month notice, but as I talked to Faye from Psycho Cinema, as she put with Disney, I think more desperate for money and better with Deadpool, Wolverine, like more better outlook from the community and the audience.
Yeah.
I think they could. I'm surprised they didn't do like a double feature or a triple feature.
Right.
So once I find out, I'll let you know.
Yeah, that's truly amazing. And would you say that this was worthy of a theater release, like for people to see in the theater? Do you suggest that people should see this in the theater?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I mean, because I love going to the theaters because it's quiet. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time because I had no idea what was going to happen. So the story was good. It pulled me in. It just everything happening, just the special effects. Like I can absorb so much of it. And I just love the sound around you, the surround sound. So I know people have nicer TVs and surround sounds at home. Yeah, sure, you can wait. But if you can see in theaters, go buy a ticket and you'll be happy.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait till we get our pint reviews of this movie because I'm really curious how that's going to be. Because we're also going to rank every single Alien movie with this one involved. So I'm curious how our ranking is going to be. So what is your favorite scene in this whole movie? What would you say is the scene that really was like, edge of your seat entertainment? Like, oh, this is fucking great. Your favorite scene?
Stupid.
What's so stupid about that?
No, I'm laughing because what I'm about to say is stupid. But like there was so much like, God bless. I mean, being funny, like Rain, when she had her shorts on, she's about to get into cryo sleep. And when she was in her shorts on, I looked at him like, wow, she looks better than Ripley. I'm like, I just fell in love. So then like when she does that, it gets her flamethrower and she's like out there trying to freeze the damn thing and like throw it out. I mean, the intensity of like, what do I do? Like, she looks so beautiful too. I was like, wow.
See what you're talking about? When she's getting into when she's getting into the suit.
When
she's getting into the suit, it was reminding me of the scene in Alien when she's like, her nipples are popping out and she's in the white panties and white shirt and everything, and you see a little bit of crack from Sigourney Weaver.
Briefly.
And I was expecting that they were going to do a callback to that. I was like, oh, they're going to do a callback to this now. So I was like getting all excited, and I was like, oh damn it, she's so closed. So I was hoping that was going to happen.
She pulls it off though. I was happy with her.
She was beautiful, by the way. I thought she was great. I've never seen her in anything else. Have you?
No, these are all. She's actually been. I was looking at her IMDb, and she's actually been in quite a few movies like that are popular.
Mm-hmm.
Like Civil War. I haven't seen that yet, but she's in there.
I've seen the first half, and I was enjoying it so far. So, she's the young. Okay, yeah, she's the young girl. That's exactly okay. She's a lot younger in Civil War, and this because she looks like she's probably in her early 20s or something like that. But now I see because she did look a little familiar to me, and I also like the Asian chick. I thought the Asian chick was really cool for the short role that she played.
Yeah, she did fantastic. Just. That was the other English guy. I couldn't understand an effing word he was saying.
Oh, the one that was saying, they're in the Walter.
All fast like that.
They're in the Walter. Like, they're in the Walter like that. Yeah. That guy. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, exactly. You said it better than I did. It was like in the Walter or something like that. But all the characters are great. I mean, I was very, very impressed with all the cast. They did a great job. And one
more thing, she played Priscilla in the movie Priscilla.
I've never seen Priscilla.
Nor have I.
Like I said, I've never heard of
Elvis's wife.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. I just never seen it. I've never seen that one. My favorite scene altogether, there was a lot.
Holy shit.
What happened?
She's in Bad Times at the El Royale and Pacific Rim Uprising.
Pacific Rim Uprising, that's a sequel, right?
Yeah, the god awful one.
I've seen it and it was like forgettable. The first Pacific Rim was okay. It was a fun little monster against big giant robot movie. The best scene that I would enjoy, it's kind of a cross between two scenes. I gotta pick one. Then I really enjoyed the acid part when she's shooting the pulse rifle and she's just like shooting him at him, and then the acid's just flowing in the air. I thought it was beautiful, and then they were just using the railing, and then she uses the gun as like almost like a jetpack to get away from the acid. I thought that was really creative. I thought that was very tense. Like you're just like, what's gonna happen here? Like you said. And I also just like the facehugger scenes. It's just seeing them crawl over the place because it reminds me of Aliens when he put the facehugger inside the room with Newt and Ripley, and seeing that was practical, but you could tell that these were practical in CGI, but it just looked beautiful. It just looked great. So
it popped. It was special just to hear goosebumps.
Yeah, I want to get. I told Sammy that I'd like to get a remote controlled facehugger, just play around, let him walk around the house and stuff like that, which I'm sure they sell online somewhere. I'm sure they're pricey as fuck, but I would love to enjoy anything that's alien, represented, statue or something like that. I've always wanted like a xenomorph statue, but the xenomorph, in my opinion, is one of the best, other than the alien queen, the most amazing monster creatures that ever was made, in my opinion. And this was a reboot, not really a reboot. This was a sequel, nostalgic and everything else, just like you remember Predator, the Prey. Prey, that's what I'm talking about, not Predator.
Prey's the first one, yeah.
What did you think of Prey? Did you like Prey?
I loved it. I mean, I love anything with Native Americans in it, and just how well they told the story, because it kind of fits the themes here. There's survival horror. Yep. There's corporate greed. You have the Westerners coming in, Easterners. The nature of the predator. Yep. The isolation and claustrophobia. Human vulnerability.
Yep.
Gender, like her being so strong and being a warrior to take that thing on, and the fear of the unknown.
Oh yeah,
and all those are parallels to Alien and Predator.
Yeah. Are you a fan of the Alien versus Predator universe?
I want more, but yeah, I'm a big fan of it. If they could do it just right, like if they could get the right practical effects and CGI, then it would be really cool. But it was way ahead of its time back then.
When it came out, I saw both of them in the theater because I'm a huge Alien and Predator fan. I saw Requiem and I also saw Alien versus Predator. When I saw who was directing it, Anderson, who also directed Event Horizon, I was very excited. But when I saw it, and then Prometheus kind of stole the story from Alien versus Predator, you could tell they're kind of similar with the pyramid and stuff like that, but they weren't as good as I expected them to be. I kind of wanted them to be a little more darker. They went the PG-13 route, then Requiem went the R-rated route, but then everything was so dark that you couldn't see. Like you were talking about darkness, not seeing things in detail. They did a really bad job with that on Requiem. But I still enjoyed Requiem, but it's not a good movie. It's not like amazing. It's not a masterpiece. So would you see this being a true, was that you or me? I heard a big bang.
Me.
Oh.
I was trying to mute it. My kid's running downstairs.
Oh, I got kids upstairs too, so trust me. I know the feeling. But I do see Prey being a good sequel, and that was streaming, but this one actually came out in the theaters. And I think it's doing, I don't know what the box office is on this. I don't know if it's doing well. I know that the Rotten Tomatoes score, I think it's got like a 90-something%. But I think it's got mixed for users, and I can understand some fans not liking this, especially for the ending. And that's the problem that I own. That's the only little big problem that I have with this movie is the ending, because it was something that's been used before that I saw. I was like, this is Resurrection. But it's different. I think it's a better take on it, but it did go that route. But it doesn't take away from the movie. Do you feel like it took away anything from you, or do you feel like it worked? Because we said how it's the director's his take on it.
No, I thought he did. I thought it was a good ending to it. I mean, because how else would he end it? Because based on how the flow, the timeline, the flow of the movie, the pace of it was fantastic. I thought it was a good ending because it leaves it open-ended to something else.
Yeah.
So far, the movie domestically has made, they're saying about 108. Wait, no.
What was the budget of this movie? I'm curious about the budget.
It just went away. Hang on. So it made 41 plus million like domestically, but like internationally, it's supposed to make over 100 million.
What was the budget though?
Next question.
Because that's actually something I was curious about. I was going to look that up before, but you got your computer in front of you, and you're a little faster than me, so
80 million.
Okay. So it'll make some money back. Hopefully, it makes more, because that's really going to be the true answer if they're going to make a sequel to it or not. And I'd like to see a sequel to this. Oh, go ahead.
So with like Deadpool Wolverine, there's the word of mouth factor.
Yeah.
So if there's a good word of mouth factor, then yeah, people will go see the second weekend, because the first weekend is always the big push to go see it.
Yeah.
That second weekend's huge because either it can jump off a cliff or it can keep on steady or maybe go up a little higher.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm crazy. I'll see it twice. But I mean, like, I'm good now. But I hope people who like go tell everyone go see it. Like I've been telling everyone I talk to, ask me about it. I'm like, go see it. It's worth going to see in theater. I always recommend seeing an action movie in theaters. It's a much better experience.
Oh, no, I agree. And I was kind of shocked because Snow and Ragnar actually saw this before me. They saw it over, and then they told me Snow said she fell asleep. Just hold on.
Oh.
No. Just listen. She told me she fell asleep during it, and Ragnar's like, yeah, you're going to want to get a refund and stuff like that. And then I was like, and I wasn't even thinking that they were fucking with me. And then I called Snow on the way back It's like, yeah, I saw the movie. So many mixed feelings. Oh, I loved it. It's like, you fucking... So Snow fucked with me. They fucked with... So they both apparently really liked it, and they were fucking with me the whole time just to get it in my head thinking that it was horrible. And yeah, they liked it too. So it was very interesting in how they did that. But I'm definitely going to tell people to go see this in the theater. I'm definitely going to tell people this is worth a theater watch.
Heck yeah.
So do you have anything else that you want to talk about in this?
So some of my Gute totals, I was laughing, was I like taking notes about this.
Mm-hmm.
There's actually the body count's 12, including xenomorphs and hybrids and the colonizers.
How many xenomorphs were in this movie?
A lot, but there's 12 dead to a body count. There's 3 explosions, the space station explosion, the derelict ship detonated and escape pod crash.
Yeah.
There were 7 alien attacks. So the different attacks it did, there were 7 of them. There was 5 stabbings, using the tail as impalements and knife fights and tight quarters, stuff like that.
Yeah.
There was 2 alien birth scenes. The chest burster coming out, and at the end, the baby coming out.
Also the chrysalis.
Yeah.
So that's
and then
3.
there was 3. So there was also 4 stupid heroic one-liners that were said.
Oh yeah, get away from her, you bitch, from Andy.
Because when we do a group picture for Psycho Cinema, everyone from the theater goes in front of the screen, and there's the beautiful backdrop.
Yeah.
And we all say a line. So we said that line, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we, see it again is like, come on, you guys are really trying hard.
See, the thing is, when it goes back to that line, get away from her, you bitch, it's just like the line where you were one ugly motherfucker from Predator. That's a line that's been used in all the other Predator sequels and reboots and stuff like that. And just like the Die Hard movies, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker. But get away from her, you bitch has never been used for a second time, and actually seeing it being said by a synthetic, that was something different I wasn't expecting. Because he kind of paused for a minute. He says, get away from her. Pause. You bitch. Like I was expecting one whole line, but there was like a little pause, like you're running. Is he actually going to say it? Are they going to say it? Is he going to say? He says it. There you go. So, but that's one of my favorite. That's an iconic line for the Aliens movies with Ripley. That's love. Every single time I see that scene in Aliens, that fucking power loader just walking out, the noise and everything. Get away from her, you bitch. One of the best fucking lines ever. I fucking love that. So it was cool that they put it in here as a callback to the Aliens. It was really nice.
So that said, what did you think of Rain's performance?
All right, Rain is the main chick, right?
The main antagonist.
I thought she was great. I was expecting Sigourney Weaver's daughter. That's what I thought she was going to be, but I guess they didn't go that route because I read okay.
No. I'm saying, you see, there's another possibility if they wanted to go down that road.
That's what I thought. Well, see, that's what I remember rumors hearing that's what it's going to be because she was in, I don't know if you ever play the game. You're not a big gamer, but Alien Isolation, which is an amazing game. And you actually you play Sigourney Weaver's daughter. But if they went that route, that would really be a great, story, between the two movies. Especially going to Hadley's Hope, to the fact that she was actually involved, and that she lives to be an old lady because it shows at the beginning of the Aliens director's cut. But it would be a really interesting take because she did when you see that part where her hair is all moving with the wind and she's wearing that shirt, it reminded you of Ripley. When she's at the end and she's doing the whole Rambo style, you could see that, and that was like reminiscence. Just seeing that scene with her with the air blowing and her with the tight shirt and everything, it looked great. And I loved how it showed that. It really reminded me of Aliens. But I think her performance was great. I think she did an amazing job. Very good on her acting. I thought that her character development and also the whole, being close to the synthetic that her dad set up and everything else, she did a great job. And I expected her to be the final winner of the movie, the person to survive. Just like in Alien Covenant, you had that other chick with the short hair. I forgot her name. Where they try to almost like a Ripley look. I actually like this one better than the one in Alien Covenant, because she was good, but she also didn't survive. She dies at the end because David puts her in the cryo freezer and I think kills her or something like that because he's going to get all the little facehuggers back, and then we lost that story, and then like I said, it gets told back that those did get reached to the scientists. So. What did you think of her performance? You enjoyed her performance?
I loved it. She did a great job. I mean, just to show her wide range of emotions, just in the beginning of the movie, how vulnerable she was on that colony, being a minor, all that some stuff.
Yeah.
You don't get much, you get some story of her dad, which I thought was perfect. Didn't need to over push it. But yeah, the fact that I laugh is when the kids got up from space. I'm like, no one cares.
Yeah. No, you know
Like,
what? I couldn't figure that shit out. Like, I thought Waylon would be like contacting them. The fact that that station was above the Earth, why didn't Waylon get involved? Were they expecting somebody to go up there so they could try and get these?
I guess that's one like plot in the movie. I was like, wait a second, there's so much left
it's a
here.
bad plot hole. It's a very bad plot hole, and I didn't understand why they went that route, because when you see it rising up and you see it, oh, it's right there. Why isn't Waylon doing anything about it? They're just gonna let that thing float, knowing that there's aliens in there. So
Yeah.
it was bad writing on that part, but every movie is not going to be perfect. There's going to have like little plot holes that are not perfect in that. And that was something I was noticing when they first showed that scene when they were, because they were that close. It was right that close to the planet, and it was about to hit the rings and everything else. The other question I have to ask is, what we talked about the xenomorph and how he looked. The one thing that I loved is when you see the original xenomorph that Ripley shot into space from the Nostromo. You see the harpoon in the back. The one thing that I fucking loved is that when you saw like it all like rotten a little bit, you could see the skull of the xenomorph like they did in the original, because originally it was going to be a see-through dome and you were going to see the skull. That was a really good callback to Alien seeing that.
Yeah.
So what did you think of that? What did you think of seeing that harpoon in the back of the xenomorph, showing that was basically the original alien that got killed?
Like I've echoed before, it's Fede Alvarez, him really doing his homework, and like just to see him pay that much attention to detail, and like just to give the fans what they want to see.
Oh yeah,
it makes everyone happy. They see that and they're like, oh my god, they take time back to that. Now everyone, I hope the people that have seen this have like gone back to watch these movies over again, because they are rewatchable. They do have good value there. So it made me happy. Like I loved it, seeing the big rock and all that, that stuff.
And what I love about Alvarez is what he said himself. He said that basically that all the movies are canon to this movie, all the movies. So he wasn't skipping one out, because a lot of directors like to skip the other movies and kind of do a reboot. He said all the movies fit in the canon. Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection even fit in the canon, but they didn't really they did callbacks to that, but not much, because this is kind of beforehand. But the fact is that he even went back to Prometheus and Alien Covenant, which I think was because this was produced by Ridley Scott Productions, Scott Free Productions, so Ridley Scott was a part of the production crew about this. And the fact is that I felt like this was a good thank you, the fact to Ridley Scott that, it still took stuff from his movies. Those movies weren't forgot.
Exactly.
They actually, the black goo, I wasn't expecting to see that in this movie. I was not expecting that at all. I was like, oh, good. That means that this works perfectly. It goes perfectly in line with all the other movies. So that really is a good plus. It's not where you have to, I watched these 3 movies, but the other 2 movies, they don't matter. All of them are canon, and it works. So I love that they went that route, that he respected the other movies and didn't just respect 2 movies. He respected all of them.
So before, there was an interview with Fede Alvarez and Ridley Scott. It's just them two. Fede is interviewing Ridley Scott. They show this before Alien in theaters.
Yeah,
or for mine they did, but I was so hyped, because you could tell the appreciation, and like you could tell Ridley like just being so happy, just that somebody Ridley answering, saying, I've seen the movie and you've hit it on the dot. Like it's just fantastic to see on the big screen again.
Yeah,
just the attention to detail, it meant a lot. And like seeing that, I'm like, it's gonna be good.
If Ridley Scott liked the director's vision to continue the story, then that is a plus right there. That shows you guys have to go see this movie, because he basically gave it this is worth seeing. Go see it. This connects all the movies, and it's great. Because I know Ridley Scott and James Cameron have little issues on what they do on the movie, because James Cameron went a different route from Alien, and Ridley Scott didn't agree with it. But I think they all still respect each other. They respect each other as directors and what their vision is, because, a lot of people go around, and we've talked about it in past episodes, on which one's better, Alien or Aliens, Alien or Aliens. Me, personally, Aliens. You, actually, I don't know. Is yours Alien or Aliens?
I'd go Alien, just the slow burner, and just like the you truly had no idea what's going to happen, and just all the special effects and just the practical effects, it was top notch. The slow burn, like you don't see the alien much till the end, and like it's the true slow burn. Like you don't know what's going to happen. It's just beautifully made.
Oh yeah. And I think Stu agrees with you about Alien and everything else. Aliens to me is just, I love both of them. They're both 5 out of 5s. They're both amazing movies. They're different takes. One's action, one's more of a slow burn horror, but they're both beautiful, amazing films. And seeing this one, I truly think that this does work as a good sequel. And I'm curious how our rankings are going to be. I'm excited to hear what yours is because, like I said, I enjoy Prometheus. I really think it's a great scientific movie. It's a good science fiction story. So, Batman transition. Anyways, guys, I think we're getting close to the.
Slap it in.
Yes, God, that thing's fucking amazing. I want it so bad. I'm so fucking envious of that shit. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the end of our episode right now and do our ranking and pint reviews. I think we talked a lot about the movie. Unless you had any more things you wanted to talk about, I think we pretty much hit the end here. What do you think?
No, we hit it. We hit the most important parts. I mean, the best scenes. I mean, it's scenery and the importance of it. So yeah, we talked about our favorite scenes and how Rain did an amazing job as her role. So yeah, I'm ready for pint reviews and rankings.
Awesome. Well, you know what? You go first.
So we're alien rankings first, right?
Yeah, go ahead and do the ranking, best to worst from every. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 1, 2, 3,
I prefer
4,
going
6.
worst to best. So 7 to 1.
Okay, you can do it that way. That's fine.
So I'm gonna start this off with Alien Resurrection. I put that last.
Okay.
Number 6 will be Alien Covenant. Number 5 will be Alien 3. I thought, just the prison stuff. I mean, there's some good stuff, but I mean, the middle leaves you desire to have more.
Yeah.
Number 4, Prometheus. I did enjoy that. I do. I love that story, just having the architects and stuff like that, and just seeing that lady. I forget her name, but she did an amazing job. I was sucked in. To her as a character.
I'm trying to remember Dr. Shaw or something like that.
Yeah,
it was
her real name. I forgot her real name.
I know she's from the original Dragon Tattoo girl, the Dragon Tattoo.
The girl with Dragon Tattoo. She did an amazing job of that. I saw both those in theaters and just speechless.
I love the David Fincher remake. I think that was great. I wish they would have did a sequel of David Fincher because I saw that in the theater, the David Fincher version.
Yeah. Number 3, Alien Romulus. This movie, just the nostalgia of everything, and just, I don't know, bringing me back as a fan as Alien, because for so many years, the fan base has been dwindling and just more angry at the whole whatever they put out is for no reason at all. I mean, they're doing their best to put out content, and just I thought they nailed it with this one. I thought they did a really good job.
Okay.
Number 2 will be Aliens, because for Bill Poland, just Bill
Paxton.
Bill Paxton. Fuck me, I forgot his name. It's a big Bill Rowland, but no, Bill Paxton. Just seeing, watching Aliens again, just watching him. I mean, I miss him so much. Like I'll never forget the day he died. I was eating dinner at Olive Garden with my wife and her family.
I thank you for that. Because when I did my Aliens Redux, Snow and Ragnar hated that character. I was like, why the fuck? They thought it was the most stupidest character in the movie. I'm like, you guys suck. And even Stu was like a little bit on it. Yeah, he was great in that movie. I love Bill Paxton. He's great.
The character range he does, like you can tell when someone it does the vice versa. You have the hardcore Marines, and then you have him.
Right.
When you see damage or in that face of conflict, he doesn't want to be fucking. He said, "Fuck this, I'm out." Endgame, Endgame. This is Endgame, guys. So it's just he does a great job of showing that stark contrast of that character. So of a typical Marine.
Hey, maybe you haven't been keeping up on current events, but we just got our asses kicked, pal.
Fucking love him.
Hell yeah. But just I when I see him, I miss him so much. And anything I watch, like True Lies or Club Dread. I mean, I just
Predator 2.
got it.
Predator 2. Come on, you gotta love him in Predator 2. He was great in that. I do. Oh man.
But I miss him. Whenever I think about it at least once a day. I'm like, God, I wish he was still here.
Yeah. Agreed.
And number 1, Alien. I love that movie. Sigourney Weaver kicked ass in that movie. Just how strong she was, how smart she was, and just her fight for survival, just spectacular.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome ranking.
So pint reviews and all that stuff too.
Yeah, go ahead and do your pint reviews. I'll do mine after you.
All right. So my takeaway is that for enjoyment, this was a 5 for me. I did have my safeguards in place. I didn't want to be hurt by this because there's anticipation. Like when I saw they were making a new one, I was like, I can't go all in. Just try to keep myself even keel. But that excitement was there. Just when each time I saw a trailer, they showed kind of the repetitive side to it, but like another scene that was like new.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they did a good job, like showing their just to get the audience back in. And seeing an interview with Feedy and Ridley Scott, that really sucked me in right there. So I knew my enjoyment was going to be a 5.
Okay.
But I mean, regardless, say if you're a diehard Alien fan, Romulus is for the atmosphere, the creature design, and nostalgia.
Yes.
But if you're looking for a truly first take on the franchise, you might be a little disappointed. I mean, it's a well-made movie. There's new concepts, there's new environments, new worlds. They do try to expand alien mythology and like all the different stuff from the Wayland Corporation company.
Right.
But it's a well-made film with strong elements. It plays a bit safe. They do a things here with the gore and stuff like that, and the action. They played safe, but there's a few things that they did that was truly spectacular. Just the special effects and practical effects. But still, in this the landscape of sci-fi, this is a really solid addition. And but yeah, that's my take. I'd love to hear you guys think as well in the comments section. Is it worthy addition to the franchise or just the same old garbage we've seen in the last 2 movies or 3 movies?
Yeah.
Let me know in the comments. Until next time, it's Gute signing off.
All right. So before we get into mine, are you showing as producer? Or are you showing as host?
I'm not recording. No, I am recording. I'm a host.
You are? Okay. Because
Yeah.
I didn't see your thing on the right. You're showing on my screen, but you're not showing on the right side. That's what I was just making sure. I'll just cut that part out. I just want to double check. All right. So 1, 2, 3. All right. So now my ranking, which is slightly similar to yours, but it is different. But it's just slightly. Alien Resurrection is going to be I'm going to go the same as you, worst to best. So Alien Resurrection.
So my critical, I give this a 4 critical.
Oh, you didn't give your critical? Oh, I thought you did.
No. Enjoyment was a 5, critical 4.
Okay, so
Apologies.
enjoyment 5, critical 4. I apologize for missing that. I thought you said it, but you had such a great review, so I somehow missed it. So my ranking, worst to best, doing it your way. Alien Resurrection is the last one. Yeah, it's still enjoyable. I still enjoy it. I still enjoy Resurrection. I enjoy the aliens underwater. I enjoy Ron Perlman. I fucking love Ron Perlman. I just hate the last 10 minutes of the movie. I can turn it off right there. But I still enjoyed it. And also seeing Sigourney, and she looked fucking hot as hell in that movie, in my opinion. I thought she was hot that way. I'm sorry, with the fucking hair. Oh, she was great. Then for my next one would probably be Alien Covenant. I'm going to have to do Alien Covenant after that. I still enjoyed Alien Covenant. I enjoyed Danny McBride. I enjoyed the Xenomorph. I enjoyed Michael Fassbender. I think Michael Fassbender is one of my favorite actors, and he does an amazing job as a synthetic, as David. And the whole thing about him being sort of the architect on making the aliens, I thought that was a very interesting twist. So I enjoyed that. My next one would have to be Alien 3. Now, like I said, I enjoy Alien 3. I enjoy all the Alien movies, but Alien 3 is definitely going to be in my ranking right after that. And I enjoy the whole different take on Ripley, how she lost all of her, lost the characters that we loved from Aliens, but it was something different. It was a single alien. Yes, the special effects were a little rough, especially with the dog alien and stuff like that, but it was still an enjoyable movie. David Fincher's direction was really cool, and there was a lot of issues with that movie when it was making May, where the script was still getting written, all kinds of stuff. I remember when they were going to do a whole like wooden planet type of thing. There was a whole bunch of different takes they were going to do, but I still enjoyed it, and I enjoy the extended cut. I think it actually adds to it and makes it a little bit better. For my next one is going to be Prometheus. Prometheus is a great science fiction movie. I think it is I think it's beautiful. Like, I saw that in the theater, and it was just amazingly the way they shot it. You just see the fucking Prometheus going down on the planet. It looks so fucking gorgeous. And everything about it, Michael Fassbender is David, Shaw, all those characters, even Charlize Theron. Yeah, she was in it. I enjoyed her. Iris Alba. I don't know if I'm saying his name right. Great job.
Idris Elba.
Yeah. Great characters in that movie. I enjoyed Prometheus so much. Good gore, good science fiction. It's like, what the fuck is going on? There's black goo. Seeing the space jockeys for the first time and finding out they're just big white dudes. It was interesting. I mean, that's what they were. I mean, they were just giant white dudes, but you never expected that from the space jockey in the original Alien. And then my next one is going to be Alien Romulus. So that's going to be my number 3. So I will put that as my third best. A gorgeous movie. We just did, like I said, we just did this review on it, and I was very happy with it. There were small little things I didn't care for, but I mean, like I said, not every movie's perfect. But it was an amazing entry in the Alien franchise. It really goes back to it. It is, for an Alien fan, this is a beautiful movie. I thought it was great. The horror, the tension, the corridors, the ships, the world building, everything was beautiful in this movie. And the xenomorphs, the practical effects. Everybody, I love practical effects. And to see this practical effects in this movie was beautiful. And I've seen the behind the scenes where they actually made a huge xenomorph. And God, I just want that just standing in my fucking basement. It's so fucking beautiful. And the face huggers and everything. All the characters, amazing. My next one's going to be Alien. Alien is an amazing movie. It is the best it's like the best in the series, the first two, but it's still a masterpiece. It is one of Ridley Scott's best ever films. In fact, I think we've talked this on other episodes, how it is his best film. Amazing horror. You didn't know what was happening. The sound effects, seeing the facehugger for the first time, seeing the xenomorph for the first time, all the characters. I mean, Dallas, Ripley, all of them. I love everything about Alien. Basically, you can't scream in space. Just the darkness, the atmosphere, the planet with the space jockey, just that scene in that huge room, which was filmed with little kids, by the way, which was kind of interesting that they used kids to make it more bigger and expanded. So Alien is going to be my number 2. Number 1 is Aliens. I mean, that's a no-winner right there. It's always been my number 1 favorite. It's my number 1 favorite movie of all time. I will never, ever get bored of that movie. I could put that movie on and never get bored of it. I can watch it over and over again and still love that movie. Sigourney Weaver is amazing in that movie, and it always will get to me. I have a love relationship with that movie. So definitely Aliens for my number 1. So that is my ranking. Now, going into my pint reviews. Okay, so this is going to be interesting because enjoyment. I gave enjoyment for Aliens and Alien a 5. This is getting a 5 too. Oh. I think it was amazing. I think it was a really good movie. I thought everything about it was good. Like I said, there's things I don't care, but it doesn't take away from the movie for me. I still was enjoying it. I was sitting at the edge of my seat, like, this is getting good. And it's going this direction. Oh, it's still good. I mean, it was great just seeing that atmosphere of Aliens, the whole Alien universe. I enjoyed seeing the xenomorphs, just seeing them on the big screen, just made my eyes happy, just made me just so happy, you know. I really love this movie. Now, critical, I can't give a 5. I can't give a critical 5, and that's the only reason I'm not doing that is because of the little things that I didn't care for. Like the plot hole we just talked about with the ship going up. Like, why didn't Wayland get anywhere involved with that? It's a good point. I'm glad you brought that up because I was thinking of that myself when I was watching in the theater. And then the ending was just weird. It was just a kind of a remnants of Alien Resurrection, but done better, but still kind of weird. But I understand it was a different take on it, but I don't like it perfectly, but I still enjoyed it. But I wish they would have did just something a little bit different, but it doesn't take away from the movie. So I will give a critical of a 4. I'll do a 4 for a critical. So I will go ahead and do that. So I'm basically just taking 1 point off. And this movie, go ahead.
Her goal is to get home. Even though if she may die, if there's not enough fuel for the life tanks. Yeah. She's trying to go back to her other home. So that's what the objective is, but it leaves it open-ended to something else could happen.
Well, like I said, lands. I hope they make a sequel that goes into Hadley's Hope. I would love to see that. I don't know what other fans think, but I would love to see it go into the direction of Hadley's Hope to find out how the Alien Queen is basically made, like the whole evolution, how the Alien Queen came aboard. That would be something I would be interested in seeing. I mean, a lot of people say that you don't want, sometimes you don't want to know that stuff. It makes it more interesting not knowing. But I'm an Alien fan, so I want to know. I want to know, how did the Alien Queen get involved? How did that ever become the evolution? Where did the Alien Queen come from and all the laying of eggs? Now that was one thing I never brought up. There was not one egg in this movie. That's one thing I noticed in this movie. There was not one egg, which was very shocking, but it didn't take away from me. But it was something that I noticed. I was like, wow, I didn't see one egg from any of the Alien movies. That was one weird thing because that's in every other single movie except this one. Even Prometheus. Prometheus has an egg. I'm gonna give it a 5-4. 5-4 for a 5 for enjoyment and a 4 for critical. This was highly recommended. I suggest all you guys see this fucking movie. I mean, Goot, you would agree with me on that, right?
2 thumbs up.
Yes. So that is the end of our hot take on this amazing movie. I'm so glad that I was very, very excited to do this with you, and I feel like we were just gonna geek out on it, and it turned out really good. This was fun to talk about. So,
heck yeah, solid material.
Oh yeah, so guys, just make sure you if you watch this on YouTube, please subscribe, hit that ding-a-ling, and seriously check out Good on his other shows. He does an amazing job. I went ahead and said it. Fuck it. You got Good is also a host on other shows, and he does a great job. And we also are so graceful to have him on our show. He does a great job for our movie reviews and our shenanigans. So. But I hope you guys enjoyed this hot take. So we're going to go ahead and sign off. And that's it, guys. Thank you for listening to Barrel Age Flicks. If you like our show, please leave a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Guys, this helps out enormously. Give us a follow on Instagram at Barrel Age Flicks Podcast. If you would like to send us a special film request, please contact us via Instagram, and we will give you a personal shout out on the show. We are also on Facebook and Twitter. Our podcast is available on Apple Podcasts. We are officially also on YouTube in video form. And also Buzzsprout, Google Podcasts, Audible, Pocket Cast, Spotify, CastBox, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. Make sure you check out Barrel Age Chicks, our spin-off show where you get the girl's perspective. Subscribe to our Patreon for uncut video and early access to our podcast. Special thanks to Carl Casey at White Bat Audio on YouTube for his awesome music. This guy fucking rocks. Check him out. Want to give a shout out to Sammy, one of our guest hosts on the show who does our amazing album artwork. Thank you, Sammy. Hope you join us for our next episode. Later, guys.